This one was sent in by Kit Rekka, which is a pretty good name. It was asked by Avatar Tar Sauce. It's pretty good. Who asked?
Clever.
Sure, I like it.
How big is love? How do you condense love into measurable units? My girlfriend asked me how much I love her. I don't know how to tell her because I don't know the formula of love, and I don't know a lot about how to measure love.
The correct answer is this much, and then put your hands an appropriate distance apart.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like the lyrics to the worst Coasters song ever. like a really shitty doo-wop tune that no, like B-side maybe to Who Wrote the Book of Love. How do you quantify the relative size?
Who made the ruler of love?
I have found
Who made the graduated cylinder of love?
the closest approximate metric, from what I found, is Scoville units.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is that a word you've heard, or do you actually know what that concept represents?
A Scoville unit is the measurement of heat in peppers.
Okay,
So,
right.
do you know what I mean? Like it's
Measure the capsaicin?
It may not work for everyone, but my love has like a sort of, I wouldn't say Latino fire, but I would say it. I did. So it's out there.
Say
now.
it. Right.
So that's how I like to. That's how I like to think. And also Scoville units, like the measurements are really high. A habanero, I think, has like 2 million scoves. That's shorthand for Scoville units. So
Okay.
that's sort of what I'm working with.
Okay.
For
See-
my particular brand of love.
I would have said stone,
Okay, I like that.
because nobody knows how much it really is, and it's so mysterious.
I like that. The thing that works for me about the Scoville units is that there are some real relatable peppers that you can just directly connect that to. Like, Girl, My Love is like the ghost chili.
Oh, that's oof.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you can say, like, we've calmed down to a green pepper.
Right now, I feel like this is more like a green pepper or a cayenne.
Oh, and that's how you know it's like, okay, well, we've calmed down to, like, friend Scoville units.
And then you'd be like, "Baby, we are banana peppers," and then that's how you break up.
We're like milk. We're zero scoves.
We actually cool other people's love when they drink us.
Just to be in our presence kills other people's love.
Yeah, we're the opposite of love, whatever that is. They need to come up with an opposite of love. How about it, wordsmiths?
Happy love. That's
Even with all your science, you still haven't been able to come up with a word that's the opposite of love.
Yeah, it's pretty despicable. You know, you think about Shakespeare. Shakespeare created eyeball. He created the word puking,
Green-eyed monster.
skim milk, obscene. That's all.
Luggage.
That's all created by Shakespeare. Couldn't come up with the opposite of love.
Pinterest.
He did not.
He did. He was talking about someone. I think it was in Two Gentlemen of Verona, where he says her practicing her sartorial craft. She had a lot of Pinterest because she had a lot of interest in pins.
And then the other gentleman of Verona responds, "It's not that she loved her. He opposite of loved her. He
didn't.
He did opposite. Then he vomits and blacks out for 6 hours. It's his longest play. As a result, lots of theaters, they cut that. They trim it down to 3 hours of vomiting and blacking out.
Well, you can usually just turn it into like a dream ballet that kind of conveys the time, or you do like a War of the Roses kind of thing. And you're like, hey, buckle in, audience.
Yeah. Purists sit through the whole thing.
This is a 3-hour song about social networking platforms that I am Barbicane the Tumblr.
Lord Stephen of LiveJournal.
I don't know what's happening.
I would like to have been there on this day when this girlfriend asked this guy how much he loved her, and he responded, I don't know.
I have to go to Yahoo Answers.
100?
I literally can't quantify it.
How big is a house?
We have an opportunity here not to equate it to another metric, but to come up with our own metric that we can think about how much money we can make off of that if we sold that shit to Hallmark and we just said 50 billion
Throbs.
Throbs is so good. I'm mad that we were gonna have this whole riff and Travis just nailed it right out of the gate. It's Throbs, obviously.
What's
it's
the
sexual, but it's also heart related.
Yep.
Okay, so 0 throbs is just utter indifference. And negative throbs, is that hatred, or does hatred have its own?
Now, what is hatred?
What is hatred?
I'm sorry, I forgot the goof.
Dullard. I'm not even going to do your throb goof now because you ruined my goof.
No, this is such a. Please don't take this out on the money making opportunity that we have in front of us.
And once a season, I get a goof veto, and I'm using it to veto his goof as a punishment for you unintentionally killing my goof. In the annals of goofdom.
This is like a goof end of Reservoir Dogs. Jesus.
Travis is cutting a goof ear off. Just dancing. Fuck. Say your dumb thing about Throbs.
I'm just trying to come up with, for our listeners to use with their lovers, I just want us to come up with some sort of metric. We founded the term. Travis founded the term. Let's come up with some numbers. So 0 is indifference.
That's how I feel about, like, Kevin Costner. Like, fine, he can do his thing.
What is okay? So then it's like friendship is maybe 100.
If you're gonna do that, why have a scale though? Like, what's in between those two?
I mean, there's a lot of acquaintance, business partner,
and there's the
dentist.
levels of friendship. You can be like, we're like go to lunch friends, and that's like 75 throbs.
So
that actually is nice because everybody's always saying love.
Yeah.
And the word doesn't mean anything. Let's get some numbers attached to it.
That's what I'm trying. Welcome to the team building exercise. 1,000, I think, should be friends of Benny's. You know what I mean? I think that pure and beautiful love clocks in at around 10,000.
But 10,000 is like, that's the kind of love that only your grandparents have. Because they know what sacrifice is. Like your Pap killed the Nazis, so he can love a lot harder than you.
The only way that you can reach 10,000 is if you've been married to the same person for more than 50 years, and also one of you has been to war, and you know the loss.
Yeah. See, I like this. I like not only putting a number to it, but putting restrictions to it. So when someone's like, "I love you 9,000 throbs," and you're like, "No, you don't." Because you didn't grow up in the same town next door to each other. So, sorry.
How do we measure it, though? Is there a device? Like a meat thermometer we can just plug into our hearts and know?
Mm-hmm. It's a meat thermometer.
Hey, stab yourself with this.
Hey,
I gotta know.
I gotta test it.
Right in the heart.
You know those things they
work.
put in turkeys that you know it's done because it pops out?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you do your tire pressure and it shoots out a certain amount and you're like, oh, it looks like you're at about 5,000 throbs. You guys are getting along well.
I wish that, I think I'm just going to stick to measuring my wife's love the way I always have, and that's asking her to see a movie with Jason Statham in it.
What about the day when she one day says no?
That joke was actually donated to me by Ray Romano, so I definitely want to thank him for all his.
Everybody like 4,000 throbs Raymond. You know what I mean?
Everybody throbs Raymond. That impression was of Bill Clinton.
Was that the brother?
That was the brother. Everybody loves Raymond. Raymond's brother sounds like a Vogon. It's a nightmare.